connect where we all begin. Laughter, lessons, journeys unfold. The VM network, let the stories be told. VM network, it's your time to tune in. Stories that connect where we all begin. Laughter, lessons, journeys unfold. The VM network, let the stories be told. The VM network, let the stories be told.
Ulekasha.
Sanibona Mrs. Maseko.
Yebo.
Mrs. Maseko ngizoba nje nesession naye nje.
Oh hayi. Ngiyathemba ukhona lapha endlini yakhe.
Ngiyabonga. Hayi Sibali. Hayi. Uyashikisha Sibali, ha? Ngibona nonyawo nje uzolikho kusho. Hayi Sibali. Nawe hayi. Kuphi ayishaya Sibali? Hayi sobasheba khathele kule podcast. Awuphinde Sibali. Hayi yema dude. Wema. Kule Sibali, ngiyafasela sakho. Yabona ukuthi Sibali ngiyakutshela ukuthi nofika nonyoni Sibali somshekhathele ngiyakutshela. Hey Sibali namhlanje Sibali seProtea East elaleni eYMCA Sibali kambe kusasa ithi Sun City kulunye usuku Sibali ithi Broadway Sibali. I'm sorry Sibali. I'm sorry Sibali, job Sibali. Business is business Sibali. Lalela Sibali. Namhlanje sasibusisa nje Sibali. Uma ngifika ngolosithathu Sibali, ungakwazi ukukhokha Sibali panel beat Sibali. Hayi Sibali ngakuphathi kabi lokho. Uyazi Sibali phela.
As someone who is a lover of the entertainment industry, very passionate about the performance space, it's so sad that we constantly have to revisit this particular conversation, losing some of the most beloved characters and performers that shaped the way that we saw television, that shaped that shaped the careers that we wanted to go into. I mean, in the clip that we just played previously, those are some of our veteran actors and actresses who have lost throughout the years. And we recently lost, most recently rather, we lost Ubab Don Mlangeni Nawa, who I personally was first introduced to him as he played his character, Ulakasha, a very, very entertaining character that is a dead collector, I think that most of us absolutely loved, who played in the popular show called Mostomo is Good is Nice. And it's so unfortunate that it's a conversation that needs to be revisited. We constantly find ourselves losing some of the ones that we love, some of the most beloved performers. And I feel as if when we lose a performer, an artist, an entertainer, a creative, especially one who has been in the industry for years, we lose a library of information, of stories, of experience that they, or knowledge too, that they have experienced throughout the years in the entertainment industry. So this is exactly why Voices of the Art is here. It's here as an archive to the story of the artist, the story of the creative. When, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you in the future, that your stories don't leave with you, your experiences and some of the challenges. And for those who follow in your footsteps, will be able to learn from you for many, many years to come. Sitilela ngokuthula, Bab Don Mlangeni Nawa. You have definitely filled our homes with laughter, with entertainment, with sadness, many, many emotions, with the characters that you have played throughout the years. You have done God's work for the industry, and your memory will not be lost because we get to rewatch you over and over and over again. So condolences to your family and ulale ngokuthula. Right now, if you just joined us now, this is Voices of the Art, broadcasting live on a Voice on the Move network. What exactly is Voices of the Art? This is where you, as the entertainer, the creative, the performer, get to share your story, get to share your challenges within the industry, where we get to learn from your experiences, and and we are able to not maybe get into some of the same, or delve into some of the same experiences that you might have gone into, and we know very well what we might find ourselves in as someone who might be wanting to get into the entertainment industry is to expect within this particular space. We're currently broadcasting live on Facebook as well as YouTube. Please don't forget to follow us on those particular platforms, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Also click on the notification bell to get a notification each and every single time we go live. For those who might not know, igama lami Andile Wagadube Madube_Mbuyaz on all social media platforms. And we do apologize for the delay due to some technical difficulties, but sikona sila. And we are excited this morning to be joined by Mel Malisch, who I will describe as someone who went from what was an ordinary life into an extraordinary one, especially because she decided to trust herself once again and dive into the music industry. It's very, very difficult to leave such an amazing passion behind. So we are absolutely blessed to have her this morning. But for now, here is Mel Malisch with What Are You Waiting For?
If only you knew how much they loved you. If only you understood. You'd open your eyes, your mind, the wonders of your heart. I know you would. Remember to trust the light that guides you. You know you can take my hand. You'll notice the roads and how they go back to the start. No matter how far away you land. Come with me. Believe in me. Hello, hello, the universe is calling. I know, I've heard it before. Hello, hello, the universe is knocking at your door. So, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Hold on tight when things get bumpy. Have faith, stay strong. Breathe in the good and know wherever you might be, it's where you belong. Come with me. Believe in me. Hello, hello, the universe is calling. I know, I've heard it before. Hello, hello, the universe is knocking at your door. So what are you waiting for? Hello, hello, the universe is calling. I know, I've heard it before. Hello, hello, the universe is knocking at your door. So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
That was Mel Malisch with What Are You Waiting For? Special greetings to Luhle Mukwena, who has joined us on our Facebook Live, who says, away right back to you. If you just joined us now, this is Voices of the Art, exclusively broadcasting live on Voice on the Move network. This morning, we are joined by Mel Malisch, who we just played one of his songs. You said you were nervous.
Yeah, I feel a little nervous. It's like, wow.
Thank you so much for joining us bright and early this morning, Mel.
Thank you for having me. Wow.
Yes, definitely. So we just listened to one of your songs, What Are You Waiting For? How does it feel seeing something that was once just a thought come together like this? I saw you jamming to the song behind the scenes. So how does it feel?
It's really hard to explain. My heart's beating like quite fast. It feels amazing. It's I kind of started this journey writing stuff in my bedroom during COVID. Like, honestly, I had no idea that anything would ever materialize into a song, into a song on the radio, into an interview with amazing people like yourself. So it's a crazy dream come true, to be honest, because I always wished that I could just record my own original material. And to look back is yeah, it's humbling and beautiful. Yeah.
So for those who might not be familiar with you, who exactly is Mel Malisch?
Oh my gosh, I'm not anybody really. I'm a mom. I have two boys. I live in Kommetjie, a little village by the sea down in the deep, deep south of Cape Town, and I have a husband and a family. I was an interior designer for many years and studied interior architecture, but ended up pulling away from my career just to focus on my children and be a mom. And yeah, I kind of, I've always played music. I started playing piano when I was really, really young. It was always a hobby. And I have experienced sort of grief and trauma like many people in the world have. And I think that started songwriting. And now yeah, it's been the strangest thing trying to call myself a musician, because I never saw myself as a musician for the longest time. It was like a crazy notion. But I really love it. I love it so much, and it really fills my cup. So I am, yeah, I'm a musician, sharing stories that hopefully you can relate to make everything a little better.
Yes, definitely. So you're someone that rediscovered music. Let's put it that way. At
Yes,
the
exactly.
yes. So tell us a bit about that journey, rediscovering yourself as an artist, as a musician, and this time really giving yourself a chance at it. Because I'm sure throughout your journey, you kind of dabbled into it there and there, but there was a certain time in your life where you were like, you know what, let me just give it a chance and a good one at that.
Yeah, so I sort of stopped. I played piano all through my school career, and basically when I matriculated, I went overseas. I matriculated a year younger. I was 17, and I went to England, and I ended up traveling and working overseas for a good few years. And I forgot all about music. I didn't have a piano. I basically stopped playing completely, and came home at in my 20s, late 20s, and studied and got married and had my first boy, my first son, my oldest. And I realized how much I missed playing music, so I bought a guitar and decided that I was going to go and have guitar lessons. And that's kind of where it started. And then I had my second child and I suffered with severe postnatal depression. And I I never knew. It actually went undiagnosed for quite a long time. And yeah, then I lost a parent to cancer, and I feel like I lost most of my 30s to this really dark place. And and yeah, it was actually, it was sort of just before COVID and sort of around the time that COVID hit that I had a little time, and by this point I had gotten help and I was doing much better, but I still felt very lost. And I think a lot of women who have kids, also end up feeling a little lost. You give so much of yourself to your children when you become a mother, and if you do stop working, it's suddenly like you find yourself in this place of like, who am I now? Because you spend all these years defined by what you do, right? Which is also not, I believe, not the right thing, actually. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, I felt really lost for quite some time. And then I started writing. As I said, I had a really good friend who would listen to some of my original songs, and she was like, Mel, you gotta do this. Like, you gotta play these songs. They're great. And you gotta record them. Um and then I met somebody who had a little recording studio in her garage here in Kommetjie, and she needed some help with renovating her house. So we decided to trade skills and swap hours for hours. I did drawing work and design work for her, and she helped me record my first single. And it was crazy how that another one seemed to open. Um, and I guess the more that I walk through these doors, the more I've healed and the more I have been able to believe in myself and my own abilities, and to believe that I don't need to be famous to do this, and I don't need to be like anyone special. If it brings me joy, I can do it, and I have permission. And I guess that realization is what ultimately keeps me trying to pursue more. But it's not easy. It's there's very much up and down days. Some days I'm like, what am I doing? And yeah, it's a real emotional roller coaster. But yeah, I'm trying to trust the process.
Yeah, and we've seen how trusting the process has worked for the best for you in terms of your career. So many women, like you had mentioned, are mothers, or wives, or professionals, and had once had a passion to get into whatever career, but specifically, let's speak about the entertainment industry, may it be music, may it be acting, so on, so forth. But now they are stuck in that you know what? This is the life that I'm living now. Everything has a routine. I cannot break this routine. How am I going to balance everything? What would you say to that woman who says, you know what, my life is now this career that I have, is my kids, is my husband?
Sure, so many things I would say, but where to begin? You're not alone, is the
Yeah,
one thing I would say. Um, for me, one of my most a hard truth is that having kids is been the most difficult thing I've ever done, actually. You know, I put so much pressure on myself to do a good job as a mother. No idea why, but you know, they are, yeah, it's not an easy road, and everybody expects that women are going to somehow inherently be good at this and that
yeah,
they're just going to know what to do, and more so that they need to now juggle all these things. But the truth is, we are not machines, you know, and we weren't ever meant to be. Uh, so, as hard as it seems, I guess I would say, yeah, you're not alone. Don't be afraid to speak up when you need help, you know, reach out. Even if you just reach out to a friend to say, so that I can get these thoughts that are consuming my mind and therefore affecting my mood so that I can get them out of my head, you know. Things also that we forget to do that are really important for ourselves, like going outside or doing that creative thing that you used to love, whether it's coloring in or writing in a journal or knitting or I don't know, thing is, you know, whatever that little thing, that hobby, that thing you used to do when you were young, just because you liked to do it, not because you had to earn money, not because you studied it, you know, whatever that thing is, keep doing it. Yeah, I guess that would be the best advice I could give.
yeah. Those are
Yeah,
absolutely beautiful words. I mean, many, many women need to hear those particular words and need um, for women like you to be an example that it is you're able to balance the two worlds. If you really
yeah,
structure everything the way it's supposed to, you're definitely able
yeah,
to balance both worlds. And it's so important also for your mental health to be able to get
100%.
out of that particular space and be somewhere more freeing, where
Yeah,
you're
I
able to.
think also yeah, sorry, I wanted to just say about your points about worlds. It's like you think that we need to be a certain something, but the biggest sort of epiphany has come when I realized I don't have to be any one thing. I can be a little bit of all of these things that I like and enjoy and need to do, whether it's motherhood and being a wife and being a daughter, being a friend, and then being a musician, being a designer. Like it's okay. It's okay to dabble in all of these things that create all these facets of who you are, you know. You don't have to be any one thing. Yeah,
Yes,
I wanted
yes.
to add to that.
That's true. For those who
Sorry,
are
I'm talking too much.
No, no, no. Listen, this is about you. This is about your story, which is so inspiring because many of us could learn from how your journey, from where you started, and some of the obstacles that you've gone through, which are very traumatic, for a lack of better words. But to able to find yourself in a space where you're able to. You're able to pursue a passion that was once something that you thought that, you know what, let me just let it go. Let me just let it go. And many of us are living lives with, let me let it go. So we appreciate you. We're here to hear your story that will inspire someone else. We also do
Thank you.
apologize for the sound for those who are currently listening to the live broadcasting. We experienced a bit of technical issues, but hopefully you're able to hear the story as it is and look beyond that, because this is what this particular show is about. It's about looking beyond the fluff and hearing the raw, the story behind what seems to be a perfect picture, right? Let's go into your genre. Very interesting genre of music that you decided to pursue. Why particularly indie folk, if I'm not mistaken? That's the genre that your music is categorized
Yeah, so
under.
so my personally, I don't really know like how that works because for me, I feel like the genres are blending, and the more we go, the more we move through eras of music and with technology and the evolution of digital, um, people are experimenting more and more with blending different genres of music. So, I mean, indie folk music is originated from storytelling. So I guess, my lyrics and my songs are very much stories. I write about things that I've experienced and things I've experienced in my life. Um, yeah, and I guess indie based on the influence. I grew up listening to music in the 90s. Everything was very much band originated, and they were real instruments. And I have so far tried to keep my sound quite authentic and use real instruments, although I do think I'm still figuring it out. I don't really know how to answer that question, to be honest.
No, you've answered it perfectly fine. We'd also like to thank Carl van der Berg, who says, working, great, loving the interview. Thank you. So we can see that, the people that are currently watching
Yay!
this show today are appreciating what you have to say. So no need to be nervous, be comfortable. We absolutely love and appreciate your story. And you're right by saying that many of the genres seem to intertwine at some point, but you know that you always have to music. You always find yourself being
We jinxed it.
categorized. Yes,
There
yes,
you are.
yes, in a certain way. So coming up rather during the break, we're going to be playing one of your songs called "Sticks and Stones." All right, but before we play that particular song, please tell us about the story behind that song.
Oh gosh, so Sticks and Stones is it's a breakup song, really, for lack of a better word. And it's probably one of the very few that I've actually written where there's somebody else involved and it's not so much about me. But yeah, the long and the short of it is that I had a friendship that meant a lot to me. And it turned out that it didn't mean so much to the other person as it did to me. And, relationships take two, and they take honest and open communication. And at the end of the day, there were assumptions made about I don't even know what is the honest truth. And instead of the person coming to speak to me for whatever reason, she decided that it was too much, and that she would rather walk away, and um, yeah, it didn't actually have all that much to do with me, but it broke my heart, and it hurt me that this person felt they couldn't approach me, that they felt that they couldn't come and talk to me about whatever was bothering them, and in the end of the day, it resulted in the end of our friendship, and it felt like, yeah, it meant a lot more to me than it did to her, and so. Um, Yeah, I guess instead of her just being honest and coming to talk to me, she just ghosted me. She ghosted me is the honest. Yeah, that's trying not to say horrible things. I'm as much to blame, and it happens to the best of us. But ultimately, what it's about is the fact that there w- there wasn't communication,
Yeah,
and instead there was just nastiness, and it could have been resolved. Um, but because we didn't speak to each other, there's no way to go back. Yeah.
yeah. For those who are listening to the song for the first time, what do you hope they take away from the song?
If something is important to you, or no, let me rather put it this way. If you make an assumption about somebody, if you think you've heard something about somebody, or somebody says something to you about somebody else who's important in your life, don't make a judgment. Rather go to that person and ask them the truth of the matter for the relationship. And if you don't, then that's your stuff. But, you know, we are so quick to judge other people in this world. You don't know what somebody else is going through. You know, everybody has stuff. And it took a year for me to go to this person and say, what is going on? Why are you treating me like this? And then it all came out. And by that point, it was too late. So, yeah, don't judge. Rather just ask the question.
Yeah.
You don't know what someone else is going through. Yeah.
Open communication with no judgment is the key. Coming up, we have Mel Malisch with Sticks and Stones.
You said you'd wait just round the corner and take my hand. been sold such a number of times, but
Another one by Mel Malisch with Sticks and Stones. Absolutely love that jam, especially with the story behind it. Speaks of a friendship that ended due to lack of communication. And she spoke on how it's very important to communicate effectively with no judgment, which I think many of our relationships would be saved if we were brave enough to do that. Still tuned into Voices of the Art, broadcasting live on Voice on the Move and Network. We're currently live on Facebook as well as YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click on the notification bell to get a notification each and every single time we go live. Still joined by our guest this morning, who goes by the name of Mel Malisch. Love that song, Mel. So right now, let's dive into your EP, right? Scars and Gratitude. What a powerful title. Let's delve into the title before we go into your song choices within that particular EP. Why that particular title?
So again, I was talking earlier about how, I was kind of uncovering these opportunities, and as one door opened, I would walk through and another. So that's exactly how this EP came about. Obviously, I always had a dream to create an album. I still do. I want to put a whole body of work together, 10 tracks, but it's quite expensive. But anyway, so I met a really talented producer, and completely by chance through a friend of a friend. And he managed to basically work out a little deal for me where if I recorded more than one, he could almost compound the rate so that I would get more bang for my buck. So I went into the studio with the intention of recording about 3 songs, and then my husband, who is just the most incredible man, and he's very supportive. We basically sort of halfway through the process decided to add more songs. And so the idea for the EP only sort of came up halfway through the process. But ultimately, all of the songs that I have written, not all of them, but a lot of them have really been about my journey, and yeah, I have a lot of scars, and I think the fact that I've written about them is what has ultimately helped me to see the gratitude and to see, for lack of a better word, it's like, it sounds really corny, but it feels like it saved me in some way. The more that I've gone down this road, the better I've felt, my mental health is better. I feel better. I'm happier, which means I can be better for my family, for my children. And when I go and play, it feels good. So yeah, it felt, how can I say it? Yeah, I loved the sort of juxtaposition of scars and gratitude in terms of the title, but it really was just about truth, I think, at the end of the day, and the fact that our pain and our scars and our trauma can result in something good. It doesn't always have to just knock us down. We can learn and heal. Yeah.
What song sticks out to you, or maybe was the most difficult for you to write in this particular EP?
Was the most difficult to write would probably be Sticks and Stones.
Oh,
Um, yeah, it's the hardest one to step into, I guess, because I suppose it's pretty raw and honest.
yeah,
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
Hey You as well. I don't know. Yeah. I
This,
think the happier songs and the more upbeat songs are easier to put out, you know, because it's about a vibe and you're spreading joy, you know. And when you write something that's quite vulnerable, um, that's hard to step into because you've got to be, yeah, everyone can see you and judge you, I guess.
have you
Yeah.
found that more people connect to songs like that, like Sticks and Stones, as well as Hey You, which we're going to speak about in a few?
Yeah, I don't know. The music industry is really tough, and I'm finding it quite difficult to sort of build a fan base, for lack of a better word. And I also don't like that word fan base, you know. I started doing this really for me, is the honest truth. I know it sounds a bit selfish, but it wasn't about anything else at first. And now I'm realizing that, yeah, there's a message, you know, and that it could help others. And I'm also realizing that I need to try and build some sort of fan base if I want to keep going, which I really do. So yeah, I think people connect with what's real and with what's authentic. Um, but there is a lot of noise that one has to break through in this digital world to get your music heard. So yeah, I'm not quite sure where it will go. But I think I'm also okay with that. I don't know. I'm just trying to trust the process. Yeah, but I do wish for more. So
Yeah.
I'm manifesting hard.
Yes, and
Yeah,
it works. It works. Tell me
I,
about your
I believe
first,
that.
yeah, tell me about your first stage performance. Because I mean, when you release something online, you might think that it's gone unnoticed. But as soon as you perform on stage, you know, that's where you get
Yeah,
to see how your song touches the audience. You get to see a more realistic
yeah,
picture of what your music
yeah.
does. So, how was your first
Sure.
performance?
So the stage thing it's quite hard. It used to be really hard for me. I think I'm getting better. The more that I believe in myself, I'm able to get up there. But I get quite insecure. Yeah, I get quite insecure. My first time, I think ever was when I used to be part of a songwriters group where I would meet once a month with like-minded people, and we were all just writing and exploring, and we would almost like a book club together
Yeah.
once a month and share ideas and support each other. And then we would play for each other. So I started playing in front of people, mostly actually, and it was okay. And then after I was diagnosed with postpartum for a very long time, and now to get back into it is hard. But um, you know, along the way, and yeah, figuring out where it is, I'm just following that and realizing I need to surround myself with support me. And then I feel harder, and then I can share, be authentic, and it's really amazing when people come to you and tell you the song touched me,
Yeah.
you know, that's quite special. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Once again, for those who just joined us now, we are currently speaking to Mel Malisch, who is someone that decided to trust herself once again and delve headfirst this time into the music industry, and has definitely delivered and is able to balance both worlds as a mother, a wife, a professional, and then is also someone who is an amazing songwriter and writes music that is relatable, such as Sticks and Stones. And we're about to speak about Hey You, about that particular song, which I see as a diary entry of some sort, where you speak of or to or of your younger self. So if you just joined us now, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're currently broadcasting live on YouTube. Please don't forget to comment. If you have any questions for Mel, feel free to write your questions down on our comment section. As well as we're also live on Facebook. So feel free to also send through some messages or just send through some love on how much you are currently enjoying today's show. Let's go straight into Hey You. Like I had mentioned, it seems to be some sort of a diary entry. We go into, you write to your younger self. How deep did you need to go to write that particular song?
It was one of I didn't really plan on sharing with you. I was going through just feeling very insecure, self-doubt. I had gone through this journey.
Sorry, Mel. My apologies. We are currently, unfortunately, experiencing some issues with our sound that is affecting those who are currently listening to the show and are unable to hear your story the way that we want them to hear your story. We deeply apologize for those who were very excited to hear Mel's story and to hear her journey. But for those who are able to capture some of the most important moments within this conversation, we really do appreciate that. Once again, we definitely apologize for the technical difficulties that we are currently experiencing now. It's something that is not experienced a lot by us. This is the first time. So many firsts on Voices of the Art. And unfortunately, it's happening during what is a conversation that is very fruitful and that you can take away a lot from. But what I've seen or what I've heard or what I can possibly take away from our current conversation with Mel Malisch is that never, ever give up on something that you're passionate about. Especially if you're feeling stuck into your daily routine, stuck in your professional careers, stuck, for a lack of better words. It's very important to follow your heart and make time for the passion that you once had when you were younger. You know, I wanted to be a painter. I wanted to be a musician. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be... Who knows what you want it to be? So do make time for your childhood dreams, which will definitely balance out your life better and also your mental health. Thank you so much to Mel Malisch for joining us this morning. Hopefully we can have you on a better day where we hear so much success, where we hear more success that you've reached within the entertainment industry. Have gained some accolades. Your EP has definitely blown up and done things that you never thought your music would do. So carry on writing your music, Mel. Carry on writing your stories because your stories are so familiar to all of us. And right now, here is Mel Malisch with Hey You.
Hey you, sweet girl, the one with silver in her hair. You know I see you, sweet girl. So come on now, stop hiding over there. 'Cause those voices you hear inside are
my apologies that we had to cut that particular song. It's Hey You by Mel Malisch. Like I said, once again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. I see Anne says, Mel was one of my first friends in a junior school, and watching and learning about her story as a woman in her 40s is so empowering and inspirational. She is a shining light in a sometimes dark world, and we are super proud. Thank you so much, Mel. Mel, can you hear us? I apologize, Mel. Thank you so much for joining us once again this morning. It's been a tough one. But sound is not on our side. But thank you once again for joining us this morning. Your social media details where one could possibly follow you? Thank you so much. So it's Mel Malisch on
VM Network. It's your time to tune in. Stories that connect where we all begin. Laughter, lessons, journeys unfold. VM Network. Let the stories be told.
Mel Malisch on various social media platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, and other social media platforms. Once again, here is Mel Malisch with Hey You as we wrap up the show for this morning.
Hey you, sweet girl. The one with silver in her hair. You know, I see you, sweet girl. So come on now, stop hiding over there. 'Cause those voices you hear inside are just whisperings of doubt. So go on now, go on and kick them out. Hey you, brave girl. Yes, you inside that you haven't felt in years. Well, you know now, it's where all the pain disappears. So remember when the guilt and shame and anger come about, just go on now, go on and kick them out.
VM Network, it's your time to tune in. Stories that connect where we all begin. Laughter, lessons, journeys unfold. VM Network, let the stories be told. VM Network, it's your time to tune in. Stories that connect where we all begin. Laughter, lessons, journeys unfold. VM Network, let the stories